Friends are coming down to give their solidarity. I'm just here to contribute to our working class movement. That's what it's all about. So any support I can give, I'll give them. Any support they can give back to us in other disputes, that's great.
I mean, I've been down there chatting with them, and they're just like normal, ordinary people, but they're like fucking heroes, mate.
Of course they're heroes. These are the people that have led our movement for 150 years. The dockers, the railway workers, the men and women in construction where I came from, the men and women in factories. They are the leaders of our movement.
And they're essential workers as well.
Well, of course they're essential workers. Nothing moves in this country. Not a wheel turns, not a light bulb goes on without the workers making that happen. The value of labour is in the work that these men and women do, and what they need to do is get the fair value for their labour, and that means getting an above inflation pay rise and a victory for these dockers. That's what it's all about.
I mean, it's incredible because, I mean, people are just asking just for a little bit more. It's almost like Oliver Twist. You've got like them giving tax breaks to billionaires, bringing their tax bracket down to people who are on 50k. And these people are just asking, just like in the middle of a cost of living crisis.
Well, it's a cost of living crisis, but there's a big rip-off going on. What we're seeing at the minute is the transfer of wealth from working class people to the uber rich. And that's personified with Peel ports, the other ports down at Lowestoft, and the other working class people around the country are just being ripped off and robbed of their money. And what we got to do is unite the fight back, make sure that disputes like this end in victories, so that working people can get a square deal off corporate Britain.
How do we get through to people when we've got a media? So like the pound crash this morning, it's gone below 1.05. Front page of the paper is Truss is going to bring a world-beating economy.
Well, she's not. What she's going to do is strip out our rights. They want us to not have the ability to fight back, not be able to have ballots, not be able to have effective industrial action. And what we've got to do is make sure that working men and women around the country have the confidence to fight back. Trade unions have got to get back to the nuts and bolts of what we do, which is leading fights, leading struggles, and enabling people to fight back to win a decent deal. That's what trade unions is all about. And I'm just here to express my solidarity to these people who are heroes of our movement.
I mean, I think Keir Starmer and also like Angela Rayner, I saw Rachel Reeves, every time they do interviews, they always say this thing, it gives me a bit of an ick, which is like, let me be clear. And this is when they're being asked, would you, like, about like the Tories and their billionaire fucking tax cuts. But when you do, you're not, I don't know whether you're media trained, but you seem quite, do you know what I mean? But
I'm completely feral.
But honest, what's wrong with them? This is my question. What is wrong with them?
I don't know what's wrong with them. It's up to them. I'm not in the Labour Party. My union's not affiliated to the Labour Party. We just come up here to try and influence what's going on. It'd be better for us as working men and women to have a Labour government than this government. Anything would be better. If Noddy was running the country, it'd be better than these lot. So we're just trying to get a different deal, trying to change our society for a bit. And what we've got to show is all around our communities, what was called the red wall or the blue wall now, we need a change. We need people to see the solidarity and the good feeling that we can get out of having disputes. We need to win a few disputes and get a few deals, and that's what we're going to do. Sharon Graham's doing it, I'm trying to do it, Dave Ward in the CWU are trying to get unions back to where we need to be, which is leading the fight on pay and conditions, so that we can get some victories. And that's what we're all about. It's nuts and bolts, bread and butter, meat and potatoes. And
we're going to win here.
Of course we're going to win here. We've already won. Having the fight is a victory. Showing that we can fight back and showing that we're not cowed, that we're not beaten, that is a victory already. We're never going to lose. Working people will always fight back. You can compress the spring, but the spring will always come back and hit you in the nuts if you're the bosses. Anyway.
Fantastic. Nice one, mate.
Well in there.